By the way, how on earth has no one ever used this clip as an MMA fighter? Okay?
Hey, fuck the fucking Diaz brothers!
I mean, really? Seriously, how has no one ever used that before? Defies all logic. All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. This particular topic with Mike Perry is going to be hilarious to talk about because you have Princess Perry, his ex-wife, and his new girl that he's having a kid with, right? And we have some specific behavior that's going to allow me to kind of talk about this phenomenon around girls, guys, etc. All right, so let's level set here real quick, okay? So when it comes to romantic relationships between guys and girls, you have some truths that just exist that drive us biologically, all right? So number one, a man can get 3 girls pregnant a day, okay? A day. So like if you're a pharaoh and you have, and your wishes for your team is you're like, listen, I need a minimum of 8 girls a day that I can, and I'm talking new girls that I can plant my seed in. I want to use this life to have as many children as possible, okay? Not because not just because I'm a pervert, but I am a pervert, but also because I want to spread my God, I want to share myself with the world. So when I'm gone, there are so many of me, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line is he can get a bunch of them pregnant every single day, right? He can. So a girl can get pregnant once a year, right? They get pregnant, 9 months, have a baby. It'll take a couple months before they get their all that working again. So once a year. So a man, okay, so let's do some math on that. A man could literally, a healthy, really healthy man with an unlimited number of partners and shots he could take, could literally have 1,000 children a year. Right? If the guy is really blessed in that department and was incredible, his swimmers were 1,000 a year in best case scenario. Okay. A woman in best case scenario could have 2, 3, 4 if they were quadruplets. It was a fluke thing, but really once a year. Okay. So from a species and biological perspective, how does that manifest? How does it manifest? Right? Monogamy is a very different thing for men and women. Very, very, very different thing. Okay. For women, it comes much more naturally. And I'm not saying that as some kind of self-serving thing that's like, listen, man, sorry, wife, I can't help myself that I gotta wander an eye. It's just my biology. It's just it's just an objective fact that men, their sex drive is a different thing than with girls for that reason. Okay. It's not like guys aren't like scumbags by nature. It's that their body chemistry as a living being is telling them to spread themselves for the advancement of the species, period, okay? Now, women, okay, so guys are like, oh, I'd do that, ooh, I'd do that, ooh, I'd do that, oh, I would do that, I would do that, I would do that. So you have all guys that are like that, and then you have girls who are like, so which of these men is the strongest, smartest, most likely to stay and take care of me and my children after they're born? Okay, so the woman does the selecting. So the woman selects the absolute best suitor from this army of guys. Okay, if you really think that's not the way the world works, I promise you it is. Okay, let me just show you what my wife's TikTok looks like. She'll do a video of her just here's me dancing in a sports bra, and it's just thousands of guys that are like, I will literally, I swear, I will chop my pinky off if I can enter you for 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Simp ass busters. Ain't no girl like her ever gonna let you get in that with some sorry shit like that. The more desperate you look, the less likely you are to ever get in there. Not that you'd ever get in there. I mean, obviously. But for God's sake, man. Come on, okay? So, one of the metrics that women tend to pay attention to in terms of selecting which guy has to do with the number of women who are trying to select that guy, okay? So that's why when you're in college and you hear about a guy who gets lots of girls, the reason that perpetuates itself is because the girls hear that too, right? And even though they might say to their friends oh my God, that guy's gross, okay? Now some girls who are kind of introverted, they really do believe that. They're mean that. They're ew, why would I want a guy that's gonna be around lots of girls? But there's another personality type that's my gosh, well, if all those girls want him, I want to be the one that gets him, and I want to be the one that changes him, and I want to be the one that locks him down, because that'll show that I'm better than all of these girls. None of these other girls could lock him down, but I could, because I'm special. I'm prettier than them. I'm smarter than them. I'm better in bed. Everything about me is better. I locked him down. You couldn't. I win. Okay? Now, if you really believe that what I just laid out is not real, trust me, this is a category of topic that I know a lot about, all right? And I'm not saying that I was one of those guys, although this is a tactic that I used. Not that I used. It was a phenomenon I was very aware of, and I leveraged in my favor. Now, not with Gabrielle, though. Not with Gabrielle. It's a different type of thing. I'll tell the story of how I ended up landing her on another video. But, so anyway, so keep that in mind. For girls, it's about competition. For boys, it's about and then it's about possessing them, okay? So you get a girl, you want it, that's yours. It's like, it's mine. Mine. Okay? So Mike Perry gets married to Princess Perry, and she's like, I got me a so what does she see when she marries him, right? He's a professional fighter, so he's tough, he's better than most men, he can take care of her, he makes money, he's famous, he can even provide a little bit of fame, right? And you can tell by how he treats her so special. She's the most beautiful, she's the specialist girl in the specialist. Wow, the most special girl in the world. She's Princess Perry. She is Princess Perry, right? So she jumps on that train. They break up. Yeah, and like that. I guess that wasn't built on super solid relationship foundation. That shocked me. I assumed that they were really, kind of. I don't know what would you say, the prototypical. I don't even know where this is going. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, but they break up, right? Mike gets a new girlfriend. You don't hear anything from Princess Perry, right? Princess Perry. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Princess Perry is like, I want to talk to someone. I am not going to stay silent anymore. I have been quiet long enough. And people are like, and this is already, months after. This is after Mike Perry had his new girl corner him, right? So like, Princess Perry is old news. She's on, I've been keeping my mouth shut long. I've been protecting you long enough. Hey, Ariel. Hey, Joe Rogan. Anyone want to talk to me? I've got some stories to tell. And it was just like crickets. Because first of all, you think Joe Rogan is going to give a platform to an angry ex-girlfriend? And Ariel, I think Ariel is smart enough to know he's not going to poison the reputation of a UFC fighter without Dana coming and kicking his door in and being like, hey, you know how I already hated you? Now I really hate you. Okay? That's an asset of the UFC that you poisoned for why? For what? For some clicks? Huh? Why? So obviously Ariel didn't respond. Okay? But bottom line is she was mad. She had stories to tell. She wanted to talk about what Mike Perry did. He slapped me or something like that. Okay? And you're like, I saw a YouTube video of him punching you in the stomach when you guys were sparring. I mean, so looks like you kind of opted in. I'm just saying. But anyway, so what made her so angry, I wonder? Then the next day turned out that Mike Perry had gotten the other girl pregnant. Okay? So let me tell you what makes ex-girls more angry than you getting another girl pregnant. Nothing in the entire world, right? Because not that I have no experience here. This is just something that I know to be true. Because remember what I was saying about the you guys couldn't lock him down. I'm the one that did. I'm special. I changed him. You guys are garbage. I'm the best. Got him. Okay, well, take that concept and then apply it to, I'm pregnant with his baby and he did it on purpose. And so now we are inseparable for life. Okay, being married is a nothing burger as it relates to commitment to someone, okay? Like you can literally just go get divorced. Or you can just ignore the fact that you guys are technically married and then just stop hanging out and file your taxes married, filing separately. Just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, we were married. So are you married? I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like I did have a wedding, but yeah, like that person, not really in my life, not really in my life. However, you have a kid with someone, that is a whole different ballgame, okay? You have a kid with someone, that is a lifelong commitment because you're going to outlive the kid in almost every case. And you are never getting rid of that person. ever, once you have a kid with him. Unless you're a deadbeat and you don't want to be around your kid, which, if that's the case, then what are we even talking about? Why are you watching my video, deadbeat? Why don't you beat it? Huh? I'm just kidding. But not really, actually, because bottom line is that is the ultimate commitment. You guys are never getting rid of each other, and that is why when Princess Perry found out that he got that other one pregnant, she went crazy, and she's like, I'm gonna tell everyone stories about you doing bad things, Mike Perry. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell everyone about what you did. I'm crazy. Right? So, yeah. That was the tangent that I started talking about. I was like, oh man, actually, let me just start this video over because I want to make sure that I actually talk about that. All right, so cool. That's out of the way. Totally irrelevant to what the meat of this video is actually going to be about, which is going to be about about Mike Perry calling out Nick and Nate Diaz. And by the way, how on earth has no one ever used this clip as an MMA fighter? Okay.
Hey, fuck the fucking Diaz brothers.
I mean, really, seriously, how has no one ever used that before? Defies all logic. All right, so let's read what Mike Perry said to Nick Diaz because this is so amazing on so many different levels. Like, he tweeted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times at him in a row, okay? And each of them is amazing, okay? And this is why people love Mike Perry, because he's super authentic, but also hilarious, okay? Unintentionally hilarious, all right? So let's go right from the top. Mike Perry, everybody talking about the return of Nick Diaz 209 like he looks tough or something, a skinny weakling like his little brother. Y'all both look like Mickey Gall. Real Royce was the only guy ever good at that jitsu style. Florida Jiu-Jitsu is on top. East Coast. Okay, first of all, I don't even know where Mike Perry is from originally, but he's, by the way, if you guys missed it, he's hanging out with Jorge Masvidal in Miami. I saw it on Jorge Masvidal's stories. Mike Perry had a drink that was this big at the Sugar Factory, like one of those like huge drinks that has like you know, smoke coming out of it. Oh, because he wanted that smoke, son. Had smoke. He wanted that smoke, son. Okay, next. They saying you won't show up for the fight, Nick Diaz 209. Your brother already got showed up by the East Coast. You ain't gonna do nothing about that? What? Oh, what? You ain't gonna do nothing about that? See, I told you he's hanging out with Jorge Masvidal, so he's like, oh, what? You're not gonna back your brother? You're not gonna back your brother, dog? Okay. I know you don't train like you used to, Nick Diaz 209, but I've been just chilling with my girl on Miami Beach, and you still don't even want this East Coast smoke. I'm a power puncher. Those little salt and pepper punches you throw won't faze me. Shaka, 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 shaka. I love that tweet, first of all. So I don't even know what he's saying. Is he saying like I haven't even been training? Okay, like I ain't been training, dog. You still don't even want this East Coast smoke. I really want to see this fight. Okay, but this is the one, dude. This is the one from Mike Perry to Nick Diaz that is the best tweet of the entire group. I'll hit you with this right hand and you'll pull guard, and I'll just ride out the time with ground and pound from top position. If you don't want to come back, we understand. Just stop clout chasing, Nick Diaz 209. Like, that is so specific and like, it's hilarious. He's like, yo, so I figure that you're gonna come out, you're gonna throw one of those little weak salt and pepper punches. I'm gonna be measuring you. I'm gonna hit you with the right hand, but I'm gonna back off, and then you're gonna come in chase. I'm gonna slip, then I'm gonna take you down with a double leg. I'm gonna get on top. I'm gonna hit you a few times. You're gonna pull guard. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to pass. I'm gonna get side control, and then I'm gonna grab your arm. I'm gonna go for a Kimura. Then you're gonna flip out of that because you can't get it from that position because you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Then you're gonna get back up. You're gonna throw a couple punches at me. You're gonna land one. I'm gonna smile at you. Then I'm gonna hit you with a left and a right. Then I'm gonna take you down with a single leg. I'm gonna pin you against the fence though. When you're gonna try to shimmy your way up, but I'm not gonna let you get up because I'm gonna hit you with an elbow. Then you're gonna hit me. Then I'm gonna smile back. I'm gonna start gaining respect for you at that point. I'm gonna be like, damn, this guy's a gamer. He should have been out by now. But then I'm gonna take you back down. Then you're gonna hit me with an elbow again. Then I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna carry you across the cage. And at this point, I'm gonna be like, damn, I really like this guy. We should probably smoke a joint after this thing. I'm gonna dip you on the ground. I'm gonna slam your head in the canvas. And I'm gonna look at Dana. I'm gonna be like, give me that belt, Dana. Give me that belt. And this is all still in the middle of the first round because I already saw the future. I know I'm gonna be the champ. I already know I'm gonna be the champ. Then I'm gonna put my hand on your mouth so you can't breathe. I'm gonna put my hand on your mouth so you can't breathe. I'm gonna be like, this is how I do my girl, Nick Diaz. This is how I do my girl. And you're gonna be trying to say Stockton 209, but you can't talk because I've got my girl all up in your mouth. And then finally you're gonna flip around. And then when you get up, I'm gonna hit you with the left. Then you're gonna hit me with the right. And then eventually I'm gonna hit you back with the right. Then I'm gonna take you down, ground and pound, and ride you out, son. And that's only the first round. You have no idea what you in for, dog. That's what this is all about. You're lucky that I'm limited to 144 characters. Otherwise, I'd have typed all that out. I'd have typed all that out because I already know that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay? So when I watch that back, I'm either going to be like, that's the craziest thing I've ever done, or hyper genius. It's really hard to know. Like, it sounded like it went on for a really long time. So we'll see. I'll watch it. Maybe I'll put it in. But then, who you hanging with, Nick Diaz 209? By the way, who he is hanging with, I don't know who that is. That is a weird looking. I think that might be a Gotti or something. Is that a Gotti? Is that a Gotti? Like John Gotti Jr. or whatever. Anyway, who you hanging with, Nick Diaz 209? Y'all look soft and your nose looks worse than mine. Your big head is a great target for this big right hand, old man. Look like you've been riding IG horses with that stance. If you a gunslinger, you shooting a 22. Look at, he's been riding that IG horse. I don't even know what that means. And then, fuck the Diaz brothers.
And fuck the fucking Diaz brothers.
Fuck the Diaz brothers. East Coast bitch. Damn, dude. Who knew? I didn't know he was repping East Coast like that. I'm not your average internet shit talker, Nick Diaz 209. You could cut a check and I'll show up if you really want to do something about it. You won't, though. Boom. That's some Mike Perry up in that ass. Now, what do you think Nick Diaz is going to do about that, huh? What do you think he's going to do? First of all, that is the perfect fight, though, okay? That is the absolute perfect fight. Now, Nick Diaz, I don't think I've ever seen Nick Diaz talk shit to people on Twitter. Does he do that? Is that a thing that he does? Because I don't think he does. I think he'll he might make like an Instagram video or like he'll be having a drink and he'll be like, actually, I don't even know. He doesn't. I don't think I've ever heard him talking to a fighter like on social media. Makes you respect him, doesn't it? But I love Mike Perry for doing this. This is a super smart call out. This is exactly the fight that should happen. But man, good Lord, that is so long. Perry previously used and then you have like the actual article. Perry previously used a similar strategy to call out Nate Diaz, but to no avail. Similarly, Nick Diaz is reportedly interested in facing top welterweights upon his return, and Perry is currently unranked with a 7-6 record in the UFC. Then there's a matter of Perry being functionally suspended by the UFC pending professional treatment following an alleged assault. I mean, this shit's on tape, yo. That being said, Perry may have slightly more luck here, as his name is at least one of the odds makers have included as a possible opponent for Nick Diaz's return. Yeah, Nick Diaz needs a top-ranked welterweight like he needs a hole in the eyeball. Okay, like you want to talk, you need a warm up. You need a warm up fight, brother. Like you need a warm up fight. Okay, you haven't won a fight in a decade, dog. A decade. Now I love Nick Diaz, and I love both these guys. If I sound like I'm negative on Mike Perry, I'm not. He's just I'm kind of in the mood for like being funny on my videos, and come on, it's gonna be hard to talk about Nick Diaz and it not be that. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I hope this video is funny because it felt kind of funny when I was shooting it, but we'll see. Anyway, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Now, for reals, though, I'm about to go make a serious video about authenticity on Jesse on Everything. It's not going to include these guys, though, most likely. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Peace.